What's going on? What's going on? I'm back, man. This your guy, Mississippi Vibes for Bert. You know, I've been missing y'all. I took a minute off. I took some time off and had a few deaths. You know, some people that was close to me, lost some family members and everything. So I had to go handle that business, but I'm back now. Everything is good now. So I just want to sit. We're gonna have a little conversation today. I got my guy. He gonna come on with me later on in a few minutes. Jelani Bracelet. He has the Black to Life. Great dude, great man. Been knowing this cat for a long time. So, but anyway, I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all. I've been, gathered a lot of information since I've been gone, a week. So I want to send, we lost Rosalind Zuber. We just lost her father, Mr. Zuber. Mama Bishop. And what's up, Poe? I see you. You can jump on later if you want to. Jelani coming through. But check this. Yeah, Mama Bishop, man. We my partner, my family, my best friends, my brother, Bishop, his sister, Janet and Melvin. Man, it was a hard, it's hard when you lose somebody that's always been in your corner for the rest of your life. I mean, that has been in your corner all of your life. And now for the rest of your life, that person is no longer available, so you can pick up the phone, you can talk to them, and a lot of things happens. I learned about death. Hold on a second, I apologize. One thing about death is going to bring out, and you'll be able to recognize the people who really care about you, who really understand you, who really love you, who's really going to be in your corner. See, a lot of people, when you walking and you going through life, they pick up the phone and say anything or tell you anything. It's just a BS conversation if you ask me, So I went through this journey, man, in 2005 when my father passed. So I know the game. I know what the game looked like. I know what it smelled like. I know what it tastes like. I know everything about it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ferg? What's up, Jimmy? I see you. But I just want everybody to understand that when somebody passed in your life, like when my Uncle Big D passed, that was my one of my number one fans. We was having this conversation when we was in Columbus, Mississippi. We was talking about, the other gentleman that was there with us, he was talking about respect and how just the respect of the situation, how you respect someone that passed, how you respect the person, kids that still living, how you, just respect. So as we was talking, having a great conversation, it's like 3 a.m. I was just saying, it's life. In life, when somebody passed in your life, some people just ain't gonna show up. So now we got to take this equation that we have presented in front of us, and we have to go on and filter everything out so we can understand that the relationships I thought I had with people, those relationships ain't real like I thought it was. There's a lot of fake people out there. So, respect versus life. You can think somebody respect you or love you or care for you, but when it's come down to it, you at your lowest moment in your life, is that person going to answer that call? Is that person going to answer that bell? I don't put nothing past nobody. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we lost some great people, man, this last 2-3 weeks. There was great pioneers in the community of Starkville. And, my heart goes out to the Bishop family, the Zuba family. I'm probably missing some other people, but if you lost a loved one in the last month, even since this COVID been going on, like I lost my best partner, Jason. I never thought at 41, if I was 40, he was 41, that Jason Minor would be gone. I never imagined it in my wildest dream, but it happened. And, we gotta move on. Check this out. The COVID number, the coronavirus numbers, they steady going up, man. I hope y'all practicing social distance. I hope y'all having y'all mask. I hope y'all are doing all the things that needs to be done so you can protect not only yourself, but your family, your friends, people that's going to be around you on a daily basis or whenever it may be. Just put the mask on. I was just in the Walmart convenience store like thing they have, and this woman talking, arguing with the cashier about, well, it's not the constitutional, this is my constitutional right to blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Man, people are so slow. The county jail throughout the world, Occidental County, it's packed. It's packed with COVID-19. We gotta check on that. We gotta really check on the COVID-19. It's packed. Now another thing we got to do, we gotta bridge this gap between our youth and our people in the community. We have too many young men, kings and queens that's lost out there in the world. We got to stop partying with those kids. We got to stop playing around with these kids. We have to stop tripping, man. These kids need us. They don't need us to be their friend. They don't need no friend. These kids do not need no friend. Hell, you should have grown friends. Why do you need your kids to be your friend? Why do you have to pick between whether my kid's gonna like me or I'm gonna be a parent to this child? So we gotta pick that up. We gotta pick the leadership up in the community. Men, it's a lot of single parents out there that's dealing with, especially our young men that's gonna be coming up. We have to step in. What happened to the village? What happened to the village? What happened to feeling it's your obligation to help these women that's trying to raise these boys that's lost? These women, I see you, Doc. These women, they need us. They need for us to help. A lot of these boys don't know how to change a tire. They can't tie a tie. They don't know about the proper way to dress, the proper way to carry themselves as men, young boys. They don't understand the importance of education. I'm not saying you need to get on the route to make sure you get a college degree. I know a lot of cats that make big money, don't have not one degree. It's not about how far I'm going to extend my education, but they need to get the basic down so they can, be ready for the world. We got to do a better job. We're responsible for that. Now, this is something that we're going to have to do right here. November 3rd, we got to get out there and vote, man. We really got to get out there and vote. So I'm going to ask, and I'm going to reach out to different cats that I know around the state of Mississippi in the however many counties it is. I got the graph. My partner sent me the graph of everything. Only thing we have to do on November the 3rd, that's all I'm asking. Man, we get 20 to 30 people who have cars. We're just asking you for one day. If you're able to lend your car out, you're not able to take out work, I understand that. But we need 20 to 30 people in every county in the state of Mississippi to carpool these people to the polls. We got to get these people to the polls. We got to get that racist, bigot, whatever, whoever, that clown, that con artist. We got to get him out of there. Then we got to worry, after we handle that, we got to get on these local levels and get the people in there that's going to be for us. Don't let them come around and pimp you in the neighborhood talking about they really for you, then you don't never see them again till another 3-4 years. We got to keep people accountable for what they come and sell us, what they are selling us to get our vote. So we have to get on that. We got to get out and vote. We have to vote. I don't care what else is going on. We got to vote, and we got to start getting these right people in these positions so we can make powerful moves within our community. But we also got to do our part in the community. We got to stop fighting amongst each other. We're just trying to get to the same finish line. That's it. Yes, we're not going to agree with each other on everything, but we need to get the proper people in place so they can help us. We need to make sure our education is of the forefront. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop letting these people play us that our bag. The bag means whatever the money that you have dictates the education that your child will receive. That's not fair. That's not fair to every parent, to the child. Because mom or dad cannot afford to live in a certain zip code, that should not dictate the education that my child will receive. That's not fair. Let's quit letting these people run these game on us. We too powerful for that. Too powerful. I had a conversation yesterday. Somebody called me, and we was talking. We had a great conversation. I've been knowing this lady, man, for from 20-some years. I've been knowing her. I don't understand these cats that's selling drugs now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking no cat. If you sell drugs, okay, that's what you do. I'm not knocking you because I used to be one of those dudes. That was at my time, how my mind was so warped, that was my pride and joy. I thought that was the thing to do in life. I didn't care about nothing else. But how y'all out here selling, how y'all drug dealers in Mississippi, Starkville, y'all got 11 and 12-year-old dudes selling drugs for y'all? What the hell the parents said? Yeah, you gonna say, yeah, Pooh, I heard you said when you was young, you was 13, 14, you was out there. Yeah, I was sneaking out there. Not saying that makes it right, but parents. But I remember on several different occasions when my father got word of it, he made sure that he knew what was going on. And he made a point to himself that he done took me down in front of Minnie Fox talking about me selling drugs. He done took me in the garden, different places. But how you drug dealers got these boys fantasizing about a life that even ain't real? You cats ain't got no money like that. I know you cats. Y'all ain't playing with no paper. Y'all ain't playing with no real money. Because if you had some real money, you would sit down, you would take that money, and you would turn it into something good, a legitimate business. But y'all got these boys that's 11, 12, and 13, y'all smoking weed with them. Y'all not emphasizing to them about education, but y'all got them running through the neighborhood selling drugs. That's not being a leader. That's not being a boss. That's not how it goes. Back in the day, when I was hanging around older cats, man, they made sure the old people were straight. They ain't let them kids come around there with that bull. They did all that. But nowadays, y'all got these young cats out here selling drugs. Then later on at the end, when the night falls, they breaking into these people's cars and houses and doing all this crazy stuff. They out there shooting at each other. Y'all sit back laughing at them, and you the one that done told them to do it. You the one that I never in my life influenced anyone that was around my age when I was coming up. I ain't never gave them no drugs. I lost friendships with people I grew up with because of the life that I wanted to live. That was my choice. That was my choice. I never invited to have anyone around me that was my age and talking about, man, we finna sell drugs together. No, it's nobody I grew up with that I did that with. It's nobody. There's nobody that can tell you that I influenced them to sell no cocaine. Nobody. That's nobody. If you find somebody out there, bring them to the show, we'll sit and have a conversation. There's nobody out there that I influenced to go out there and sell drugs in the community. Nobody. I never been that type of dude. Anything I did alone. It was my choice. Whatever consequences came with what I chose to do, man, I laid in that bed. I ain't cry about it. I ain't do none of that. But I can't understand you new drug dealers out here. Y'all soft. Y'all weak. Y'all not even, man, they gonna throw your butt away. I'm telling you. It's time to stop and bring the community back. Not sitting out there with them kids, man. Not sitting out here with them kids. Hold on a second. Yeah, not sitting out here with them kids, man, and doing that, man. About no selling no drugs. Come on, dog. Y'all won't go around. The guard need to be, here come my partner. We need to clean it, Brooklyn Garden up, Reed Road, this and that. We need to clean those places up, man. That's our community. That's our people. What's up, home?
What's going on?
What's up, man? That's my people. I was just talking about, back in, when it was what would be the mid-90s coming up, man, how the drug dealers didn't allow little kids to be hanging around them and just doing all kind of crazy mess and influencing them to sell drugs and to, kill the community off. Nowadays, you got these cats, they got 11 and 12 and 13-year-olds that they asking to, sell drugs for them and, just, yeah, yeah.
No, so you know when I was when we were growing up on the west side, man, my mom was a teacher. So substitute teacher and a full-time teacher during our time over there. So man, she taught all them cats. So yeah, they weren't finna fool with me. I ain't want to fool with them anyway because I just wasn't on that. I was a school dude. I wasn't on that. But
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. I admired them because I always thought of the time it took to do that. Like to actually just sit out there and hustle. And I was into the polo jabos and all that. They had the gear. They was fresh. Like, they was hood fresh. So that's what I saw from. But yeah, to your point, they weren't trying to get us youngsters out there like that. They was like, nah. And like I said, I never even tried, but it was never even approached. Like, hey man, you want to do this? Like, no, they weren't like that. They knew,
Exactly.
and I knew I was school dude, square L7, whatever you want to call it. I was in school, so
You
yeah.
shot that ball. You shot that ball.
Yeah, I played ball too. I played
Right.
ball, played
Right.
ball. But yeah, so I wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't even on my radar. But I knew what them cats was doing, and it was, man, drugs sell themselves. I've always said that.
Right.
Drugs sell themselves. So
Right.
you go buy drugs because you want. That's the only reason drugs get sold because, and with the underlying problems people may have, but all in all, drugs sell themselves. So I never had a problem with them cats. Like you said, they were never pressed up on nobody to try to do that. If you want to get in that game, back when we was growing up,
Right.
like you said, you got in the game.
Yeah.
That was
So
on you.
yeah, check this out. See me. After I say this, I want you to introduce yourself to the world to let the people know what you do, the powerful movement that you've been having going on for a minute. You know, your family grew up you grew up the street across from my dad and my stepmom. So, we used to see each other a lot. And I was telling the people that when I started to do my thing in the streets, I have never came to you or nobody and said, hey man, you want to get down with this. I ain't never done it. I done been in your home. You done been in my home. Talk to your dad, your mom, your sister. I remember all of them. It was never nothing like that. I was trying to be on some sneak stuff.
Right.
It wasn't, and it's crazy. But check this out, man, and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know what you got going on with your organization, and then we'll go jump into other stuff.
All right. Appreciate that, brother. Well, my name is Jelani Hashim Bracy. I'm the CEO of Black to Life. As you can see, my shirt says it, Black to Life, and that's B.L.A.C.K, the number 2, the word life, L-I-F-E. Black is an acronym. It stands for bringing love and conscious knowledge to life. And our mission is to empower Black men to strengthen underserved neighborhoods through education and inspiration. And what we started to do, we targeted reading and literacy in our underserved communities, which are majority Black and brown. Which you can see our prison system is majority Black and brown. We did the research and found out that illiteracy and the inability to read is tied to mass incarceration. By the 4th grade, it's called a functional reading level, which is basically filling out a job application or filling the blank questionnaires, balancing a checkbook, basically basic life things. And if you can't accomplish those things, you're deemed to be insufficient throughout life. So jails and correctional facilities are made based on those 3rd and 4th grade reading tests that are distributed to our children in elementary schools. So once you get that element, like I said, you can't even fill out a job application. Your options are going to be limited. So they build in places for you. So what Black to Life decided to do, we wanted to provide the access to books. We found out that illiteracy and reading, a lot of the deficits that have to do with that is actually representation in books with diverse characters, people that look like you, and access is a big problem. So we decided to tackle those 2 things with providing diverse books, and we have a diversity of books, whether they be your traditional literature and also literature that has Black characters, Hispanic characters. We also have some Spanish books that we've given out as well. And we have fiction, nonfiction, chapter books. They go from early readers from pre-K, newborn, all the way to, we have novels and for grown people to get. So we have books for a variety of people, and even advanced readers. That's what I meant to say, because not everyone that gets those novels are grown. Some of these are teenagers that are advanced readers. So we have for beginning readers and advanced readers all over. And up to date, since 2017, our inception, we've given out a little over 50,000 books in 18 cities around 14 states. We've also been privileged to help out with literacy efforts in Trinidad and Tobago. 2 years in a row, we've helped on their August 3rd. I believe August 3rd is their Independence Day. I have to check that. It's the 1st of August, so but it's their National Independence Day, and we work with a group down there called Golden Spoon. They're also a nonprofit. And we work with them, and we supplied them with 2,000 books over the last 2 years to give out at their educational fair that celebrates their freedom. It's called Emancipation Day, actually. We've also sent books to and sent supplies down to Jamaica and also to Nigeria. So we were trying to just branch out our reach, man, to everyone, because we really believe that empowering, us to strengthen our communities is very, very important. Like, it's on us to take care of us. So that's what we want to do, and we want to press positive images of Black men, Black women, Black children, just Black people, period, and also positive conscious knowledge. We want to actually just basically devolve everyone's brain from the thinking of European-centric ideas. I think that's the ultimate problem that we have, is our whole concept comes from thoughts that are not our own. So I think once we delve into that, the revolution starts in the mind first. But if you can't think it, you can never achieve it. So once we do that and devolve that cultural conditioning that we all have, myself included, because I have some areas I still need to work on in the way I think. Because like I said, I've been raised here I'm be 41 in July 9th. I've left this place, but I haven't lived anywhere else but America. I've visited many places, and that's how I think I can see my appreciation for what I know life is supposed to be and how it should be. You know how people say, man, you visit other places, you'll think America, no place like America in the world. And that's true. There is no racist place like America in the world. Like, I really believe there is no other place more racist than this place, that makes you feel more comfortable to be who you are than this place. And I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna tell you from what I've seen and from where I've been, that there is no other place like America. There is no other place like America, because in order for you to fully enjoy the fruits of America as a Black person, you have to cognitively like disassociate yourself from who you actually are. So if you can do that, like James Baldwin said, to be conscious and Black in America is to be mad as hell. Like,
Right,
conscious, right. I'm paraphrasing. I know I didn't say it word for word, but yeah, to be conscious and Black in America is to be mad as hell, because you have to realize the heritage that is built up here is a detriment to your own. So that's what we in Black to Life really are about, man. We're about uplifting ourselves with education, truth, and positivity, man. And like I said, I think we're enough to do it. And to date, we've been successful. We've been ingratiated by our communities. People seem to gravitate towards what we're doing. They like the image and the fruits of our labor. So we're gonna continue to do it and get stronger and better, man. And we're looking for ways to continue to improve our reach and to our people and to our neighborhood, because there's still some work to do and it's a lot to be done. So we here to do it, man. And I'm sorry, I also wrote a book.
right. I was about to get there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I wrote a book called A Daddy Is Born. The son version, one for the daughter. The exact same book, same story, It's basically a story about a man being introduced to being a father for the first time, and just the joys and the anxieties and you know everything, all the feelings that go into like being a dad, the fear, and just everything that goes into being a dad, man. And also your concerns and your hopes and dreams for your child and your duty. You know, this speaks. I think this book, when I wrote it, it speaks to a duty as a father that you have to your child to protect them from as much harm and hurt that you can, and to guide them along the best way possible. Like that's the only thing we can do. You got to be there for them every step of the way. So that's why I wrote this book. It's from a black man's perspective. You got one for the boys, one for the girls, but it's basically a book about black fatherhood and the joys and anxieties and you know just feelings that all come into that. And the reason why I wrote that book is because I feel like the black father is not celebrated uh, as widely as he should be. Now I'm not saying in our own communities, in our own families. All I knew was black fathers and that were good and that were great. That's all I knew. Even the ones that didn't necessarily stay with their children, they were still, you know, great. Like people knew who their daddies was. Like I didn't grow up knowing that or experiencing that, even though that is a reality. That's a reality for a lot of people. But what happens is our minimum is maximized. So since that's maximized, that's the story that's told, the wayward black child with the absent black father. And that is not the story. So this is what this story is about. And that's why I'm pushing this. I'm pushing this and I'm gonna push more series about a daddy is born, like different scenarios in our child's life that as fathers we go through. Because you know, mothers go through the same feelings and emotions too in a mother, but I can't write from that point of view. That's a whole different story. So mothers, I wrote it, and not to be as a single parent or anything like that. It's just basically from what I know as a father, and that's why I just wrote from a black man's point of view as being a father. So that's on Amazon, and it's also on all my social media platforms, Jelani Hashim. It's actually on my link tree on Instagram. If you go there and you know you can hit the link and get the book. But if you forget all that, go to Amazon. Get it, man. Daddy is born.
So
Regular Princess Edition. So
when
appreciate
you
that plug, brother.
yeah, when you was writing your book, what made you go to the what made you feel you need to put that content out there? What if it was a personal experience from your perspective or what you seen from someone else, what made you say, man, I need to put some pen and paper on this subject?
Well, it was my mom always bought or tries to look for books with black characters and black authors. So it was hard to find. And the book she gave me, you know, a lot of them had, animals or whatever, and it was all colorful and cute and all that. But to me, it wasn't the words that I would actually say to my son, like telling him that, hey man, I want the best for you. I know this is a lot, but we gonna learn together, man. So it comes from like I got to give you a bath, got to feed you, got to make sure you don't get too much, got to go from you falling, be picking you up, always being there for you, watching you grow. Can't wait to see how what you become. Like I didn't see any of those books out there, and that's how I felt about when I talked to my son. Like I wanted him to know, like man, I'm very proud of you. You know, I'm new at this, but I'm gonna do everything I can to be there for you. Like that's the emotions I had, and that's how I felt like I wanted to talk to him. So yeah, it just came from a real life, just feeling for my son. That was it. That's all it came. And I felt like I need to put that to paper because there aren't enough of those stories out there. Like this is just my interpretation. There's other interpretations of, my daddy calls me man. That's another book by a black author, and it talks about black fatherhood and raising a son. So there's a lot of books about black fatherhood with children, but this one was specific to me, and I felt like I spoke to a lot of people and for a lot of people. And people enjoyed it and got the book and said they really enjoyed reading it. So I think it did its job. And I always wanted my son to know, like, hey man, you mean something to me. You mean something to me, and I want you to know that it's put on paper. Like forever. You know what I'm saying? As long as this is in production, you can always go get the book your daddy wrote for you.
Right.
You know, I wanted to leave that legacy for him.
And he can get his royalties.
Yeah, he gonna get something. Yeah, hey man, I'm doing this for a reason. Like
Right.
I want to set up my people for a reason, man. And I feel like more of us can do that. Like, you know, tell your story how you want to tell it, because it's not enough Black stories out there. It can never be, because they were so quenched from the beginning and so excluded. Man, it's wide open right now. Like
Oh
to
yeah,
tell.
I know, bro. So what's our responsibility, as a Black man within our communities and stuff?
What's our responsibility?
Yeah.
To be there. Our responsibility is to be there and be present. Like, not to just say, hey, don't do this. Like, when you say don't do this, what are you going to give them to do? Like, these kids need something to do. So we work with a lot of Black to Life works with a lot of other nonprofit agencies. We actually got a July 11th, this Saturday coming up. We have an initiative with Develop University that's in Dallas. Develop University, their mentor program, Thrive. Yes, Thrive. They deal with tech and STEM for kids of Black kids and kids of color. And Cop Cares, it's a chicken and whiskey podcast. They have they're basically, they have this nonprofit that takes care of the homeless and kids and everybody in the community. So we getting together on July 11th, and we're gonna go down to neighborhoods down in South Dallas and do a cleanup. And we're gonna be posting it all during the week. So anybody down there want to come, we're gonna be having masks and gloves, but we're gonna clean up neighborhoods down in South Dallas, man. So that's what we need to do. We need to be present. And when we tell these kids, like, this is what we want you to do, this is how we want you to lead, show them. Show them, man. Show them. Act like they're your kids. Like, how would you want your children to be treated? How would you want somebody to watch out? But how would you guide your children? Like, think about it like that. And that's what we need to do as people in general. What as Black men, we need to be present, and just to be seen is not enough. You have to be actually doing, and let these kids know, because, like I said, they'll fall in line, man. If somebody asked me today, I was talking, they was like, with this digital age, how do you get these kids on the books? And I was just like, we gave them to them. They'll take them. Like, tell them, hey man, these books are free. Oh, they'll start looking for a subject. Man, I like to read about this, that, and the third. Now, we just gave them the opportunity, access. I think if you give access to anybody, especially with stuff like books and education, I think they'll take it. I really do. I think the desire is there. We just have to quench that fire, man. These kids, think about it, man. Why do folks hustle? Either they want money or they want to be cool. But most of the time it's money. Most of the time it's money. So let's give these kids something like, man, that's why they taking all these summer jobs away. Like, I think we can actually incorporate summer jobs within these neighborhoods. We can buy a couple of lawnmowers and let's get to work with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to be creative and innovative like that, because the days of waiting, they have been long gone, but now we're waiting at our peril now. Like, there is no help coming. Ain't no help coming. So I don't know who you were waiting on or whatever, but the help is here. It's us.
Right.
Us. And I hear when people say, man, it's gonna take more than that. No, it ain't. It ain't gonna take more than us. It's gonna take all of us, but it ain't gonna take more than us. It's gonna take all of us. And if we band together and have that one mindset, and we just gotta keep talking and keep making and keep moving it. And don't let these moments be forgotten. Like this is a perfect example. These platforms, we can not contradict, we can combat the false narratives and news that's out there. Like, this is our moment. However many friends you have, how many friends I have, like, we share these moments, we share these conversations, we invite people in to these conversations, but we let them know what our motives are. And the motives of us are this, that, and the third. Like, If you're not talking about that, this conversation ain't gonna go well.
Right.
It's just
It
not
ain't gonna go far.
at all, at all. Like it's not gonna be tolerated. Like none of this stupidness is gonna be tolerated. I'm not gonna have a conversation with people about why systemic racism is a problem. I'm not gonna have a problem. I'm not gonna have a conversation about that. I ain't. You know why it's a problem. Turn on walk outside. Turn on it. Just do anything you want. Man, if you don't see why that's a problem, then yeah, talking really ain't gonna help nothing. So that's why those conversations don't need to be had. Like people talk about, let's have intelligent conversations about race. Okay, we can talk intelligent about conversations about race. That means we're trying to learn about customs, practices, cultures. But we talking about racism. Ain't nothing intelligent about racism.
Right.
You hear no conversation unless we talking about stopping. Ain't
Right.
nothing else. There is no other side.
That's
And
just game.
go ahead.
They just game, bro. They just game to try to steady veer us away from what the reality of that we already know. That's all game, man. We like you say, you've been doing this for what 400 years. It's been a generational passed down from you, this and that. I'm like you though. I don't waste my time like that no
No, and especially with people that want to talk about, well, what about Chicago? What about black on black crime? Okay, so I'll give you. I'm just gonna give you that argument. Let's talk about this myth called black on black crime, which basically means you kill who is around you, who you got a problem with, because that's what you see all the time. All right, so let's go there. Let's go there. My father was a victim of what this so-called black on black crime is. On March 9th, 2009, he was murdered by a brother that looked just like me and you. A young brother looked just like me and you. Was I mad as hell? Hell yeah, I was mad. Well, did I want justice? Yeah. But why did I not march in the street? Why did I not protest and burn anything down? Why did I not make a post or spread anything on social media talking about Black Lives Matter or anything like that? Because there is not a system alive that is created that protected my father's killer. They was on his ass from day one. Caught him like 2 days later. Wasn't no leave without pay. He didn't get no benefit of the doubt. Uh, what was he thinking? They weren't thinking about how did he fear for. You know what? Nobody trying to make him out to be a hero. So there was no need for me to be in the streets marching and saying I can't. Any slogan that they want to try to make fun of now. Like there was no need for me to say all that because my father's killer was caught and and justice was speedy and direct, and he got convicted and sentenced. No problem. Why am I making any noise? The fact that they keep on bringing up Chicago and all these other places that are inner city and urban, which are elevated with high crime rates. The reason why that's not a issue to be marching over is because we're not fighting against a system that is set up for those murderers to be let off. Like there's not a system in place that protects them. We are marching. See, that's why they misconstrue with the death of George Floyd, the killing of Breonna Taylor, the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. It's not the action. It's the lack of accountability afterwards.
Right.
That's what we march on. That's what we burning shit down for. It's the lack of accountability to the perpetrators of the offense. That's what that's about. If y'all would have locked up Breonna Taylor's killers, Ahmaud Arbery's killers, George Floyd, wasn't nothing, hey man, hey,
Right.
you know
Right.
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
yeah.
But then to a deeper point with the accountability, it's also the fact that without accountability, there stands the chance and the absolute reoccurrence of the situation. And that's why it's called systemic, because it continues. See, people want to keep saying, oh man, slavery was so long ago. Jim Crow was so long ago, 400 years ago. Okay, I give you that. But what about the plus? Like, what about the 400 plus years? Because plus equates to in addition to dot, dot, dot. Like it's still going on. That's the problem we have. See, the heritage you want to talk about is the reality modern day now. Like it's not over. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. And that's why it's going to continue to be a problem in this nation. The nation is going to never rest. It's the way it is. The way it's set up, it'll never rest. So yeah, we'll be here fighting. And our soldiers behind us, for them, they'll come behind us, right behind us, and be ready to go again.
Hey, bro, you ever checked out? It had to be Wednesday or Thursday. Whatever. I was up about 2 a.m. You ever seen the police union? You know the unions of the police. You ever seen their contracts they got with these police stations?
No, I haven't seen the contract. Is it favorable to the police?
Bro, that's why you see they explain why 63% of the police officers that kill anybody, black people, that got disciplinary reasons. I mean, disciplinary actions against them. 63% of them never get charged, get their job back. Most of them never lose their job. It's the clauses that's in their contract that gives them the right, the comfortability, the security that, hey, I can come out and kill him and I'm going back to work. It's very deep. It's very mind-blowing that, they go fight to the end and they protect it through their contract. That's why they have all these paid leaves and, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's deep.
Yeah, what's that thing that you can't sue a police officer? I forgot what it's called.
It's all in their contracts, man. But That's what I'm saying is
qualified immunity. Thank you, brother. Gregory Bosworth.
Oh,
qualified immunity. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah, I gotta hook y'all up. He in Texas too, bro. He's a dean of arts for that Christian college. I'm sorry, Doc, man. I can't remember.
Abilene?
Not Abilene.
Texas Christian? Not TCU? Jarvis Christian?
Right there.
Jarvis Christian, okay.
Yeah, right there.
There you go.
Yeah. He down for the cause. He down. Okay, I mean, cool. Yeah.
I see him flexing the Pan-African flag on it, so I'm down with it.
Yeah, he deep, brother. But check this, but home.
What up, man?
The way these contracts are set up, that man, you'll be amazed. Then it's like the police chiefs, they in the battle of, I know this dude crooked, but the union has so much of power. You can't do that.
Well,
he said, it was one guy in San Antonio said he fired this one officer 8 times. And he came back. I mean, son, you gotta laugh sometimes to just, it's 8 times.
Yeah.
Have you ever been fired 8 times and got rehired the 9th time?
No, I ain't never been. Yeah, I got fired once, and I ain't get hired back. Right. I got fired once, and they fired me. They didn't want me.
Oh yeah, well, with this right here, dog, that whatever that contract is, that's what they talking about defunding the police, get them contracts out of there, dog. But it's so much of political stuff that's tied into it, and you got so much of the clans that in there. So it's hard to, it's crazy, man.
Well, yeah, it's systemic, like you said, in nature. And we already had, what year was that, man? I think it was 2011, that FBI came out with a report and said that white supremacists and KKK had already infiltrated law enforcement throughout the nation.
They say
So
they what now?
they said they infiltrated law enforcement.
They infiltrated back when who was started.
Oh yeah.
So what
Yeah.
they talking about?
Yeah, well, no, I'm actually saying they actually put out. I don't know if they had a.
You break. You gonna have to reconnect. We got to get him back on. But yeah, y'all gotta check that out, man. I'm gonna post a link, the information on there. It's the police union contracts that they got floating around in all these different departments. It's a license to kill. It's a license to go out and beat us. It's a license to do whatever. Yeah, it's some of them that, you know what I'm saying, that they have to sacrifice and, you know, get rid of them and you know, let them go like that. But man, the union contracts, you can go online and pull it up and how it favors the officers. Man, you will be surprised. And you will see why there's these killings and these cover-ups and the body cams are being turned off. You'll see why all that is jumping off. You back.
Yeah, my bad, man. I don't know
You
what
cool, dog.
happened. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll just finish that up.
Go ahead.
I was gonna finish that up. So in 2006, they've already said we're infiltrated by white supremacists, KKK, all through law enforcement. So this is 2006, and all these things we've seen happen that is just, you know, so mysteriously happening to disproportionate to Black and brown people. It tells you that our systems are not working. Like they found evidence and nothing happened. Nothing happened to change it. So these systems need to change, and we don't never need to stop. Like we don't never need to stop protesting. We don't never need to stop being in these streets, voicing making our voices heard, because it's business as usual is not gonna work for us anymore. It's not gonna work for us anymore. Business as usual is dead. It's over. So shit got to change now.
How we do that as how important is voting to you? I mean, what you see that how does voting locally move things?
Man, voting locally is the most important thing you can do, man. Voting locally is how you decide how clean your water is, how good your streets are, you know, how low how your property taxes are, how clean areas you breathe, like the law, how you know the district attorneys, all that, the sheriff, all that stuff is local. Like that's gonna affect you going to the grocery store every day, stopping at the stop sign, the stoplight. Yeah, local elections are are to me are more important because they affect you right there. You know, and you just need to know that. Oh,
I gotta see.
you just need to know that it's more important for you to take care of your own community. And I think we need to empower. I don't know about you, but I don't remember no one empowering us to be able to vote. Like I remember being told it was important for us to vote, but I don't remember that being told in school. Like man, like at a big assembly, just telling everybody, you know what, you have the right, you have the power to change your entire community, your entire life. Like that's what voting does, man. That's what it does. When
Bro,
a
they ain't want
kid
us to
turn
know
18,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my folks told us, you know, I knew then like it was important to vote. Even when I went off to college, I needed to vote back at the crib because shit, my sister, my mama, and my dad was still at the crib, so I got to vote for back at the house, like what's going on back there, even though I'm in school. So yeah, we just need to push it. We just need to push it. Tell people like we can change our own, and let's shop black.
So what you
Let's
think?
not stop. Let's not stop doing that. Like let's not stop doing that.
What
Like
about
this whole week when they was like, hey, let's go shop black, do this black. Let's do this for the whole year.
381 days?
Man, let's do it forever. Like
Right.
why not?
Right.
Why not? Nothing else has proven to work. You know what I'm saying? So let's try something else. We know what works. Us always supporting us works. All the Black Wall Streets that we created all across the nation that were burned and destroyed by the white supremacists and the systematic white supremacy and racism, all those organizations that we had, all that progress, all that land. So we know we're powerful together. We just got to know that they're the power that be. They have a problem with that. We have no, the culture of white America, we have no reason to trust them. The culture. I ain't say white people. Let me make sure that everybody knows. I didn't say white people. Everybody's individual. As a culture, as a society, we have no reason to trust them. There is no history that we can fall back on to say, you know what? As a culture and a society, they have our best interests at heart. We can never say that.
So check this
So
out.
once
So with us actually knowing this, we can play crazy, slow, dumb, illiterate, or whatever. Why is it so hard for us to band together to do what you're saying, that we buying black, we stay in this, and we go continue on this path and understand that we spend over $1 trillion some dollars a year feeding into the racist people to keep their agendas going. Why we don't trust each other? Why I can't trust and go out to buy your book and understand that the material that I'm going to read from your book is going to feed my mind to help me progress in a positive direction? Where did the disconnect happen? I think segregation, the integration of school and all that, messed us up.
to your point, man, my mom actually spoke to me about that. Like, cause I man, we were talking about this exact same thing. We were talking about my book. And I asked my mom, I've told this story before, I don't know if you heard it, but I asked my mom, uh, she was one day like saying like, man, if you ever see any black books, then I was in home, and it started there. She was like, hey, if you see any black books down in Dallas, let me know. Pick some up for me and keep them for me, and I'll come get them. And I was like, all right. I just started thinking like, all my books that I grew up with had black characters in them, had like brown characters in them. So I asked my mom, I said, Mom, why you can't find books nowadays with brown characters? Like you used to always have them when I was younger. And I think about it, I'm just remembering my 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old brain. I'm grown now, but I remember back then. And she said, Tonight, I used to color those books. She used to take a brown crayon and color those books. So the first scene of books in my mind are people of color, like that are colored and
Wow.
brown. But I'm thinking it's regular because that's the first book I'm looking at. So when I asked her that, I've always thought she went and bought them. She's like, no, I colored those books. She colored those books. So when I found that out, to your point of where the disconnect went, to you saying segregation, I asked her, Mom, how did you just, why was y'all, because my mama's name is Barbara. My daddy's name is Daryl. God rest his soul. My daddy's name is Daryl. American as you can be, the name. My name is Jelani, my sister's name, youngest sister's name Jamala. Two African Swahili names. Like why I asked them like what made y'all like just want to do that for us? And she just basically said, we knew better. She said, I was never integrated. My mama never was integrated in school, so she never like looked at European styles of beauty as being it. Her mom, her aunts, her teachers, her community leaders, her church leaders, like those were her role models, and they were all black. So she never was ever integrated into thinking anything else. her mind was always like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, we Black. So she always had that appreciation for who she was, and she passed that on to us. And now I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying the integration was it wasn't bad on the surface when you think about what integration was supposed to be. But people thought integration was, oh, if you go to a white school and sit by a white student, you're gonna get good grades and you'll be better off. But what we wanted, what Martin Luther King Jr. was fighting for with the whole civil rights, when they say integration, they was talking about integration of power, resources, and responsibility. That's what they wanted integrated. They didn't think sitting in no white school or by a white student was gonna make a Black kid any smarter. That's dumb as hell. Nobody thought that. Nobody thought that. These are smart people we talking about. These are organized. These are our leaders. They were like, look, the power is segregated. We need the power, the resources to be integrated so we can take care of our own. We don't need your help. Like we just need what's supposed to flow, let it flow. Don't block it.
Right.
You
Right.
know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And I think that's
And check it. And then when it starts flowing with the Black Wall Streets and all that, don't cut the water off. Then have it cut off to the point where now you just set it up where how much money you make and where you stay gonna depend on your education level. But then you cut off all the resources to our community. So now look where we at. You redlined us, you gerrymandered us into a certain, and this is years and centuries. Like you can't go from years and centuries to be like, all right, decades, man, y'all should be good. What? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Like, see, are you crazy?
But some of us fall for that though. Some of us fall for the game. Like you can't see what it is, what it's about, what is. That's just like I talk to people. Why do people get so excited saying I done moved out there with the white folks? Why in the world you telling me that same suburban lifestyle you talking about? We can't have it on Holly Street.
Right.
We think about. I'm talking about where we grew up now. Think about Holly Street. You got right there in Brooksville Garden. You still got some phenomenal people that came out of the Garden, Holly Street, on up by what Mr. Williams.
Westside Reed Road.
Come on, man.
What's up?
So
Westside Drive.
So we can have the same education pushed in our neighborhoods if we get on the education boards, if we quit allowing them, we quit not voting for who is going to be the Mississippi of director of dean of education and blah, 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 whatever these titles be. You know what I'm saying? You know, if we just sit back and understand the power that we have, we got the juice. We got the juice. Yeah. They ain't got no juice. No, if they actually, how I look at it, bro, if they actually had the juice as what they sell on the media, they wouldn't try to suppress us. They wouldn't try to kill us. They wouldn't put on their mask at night because they are judges and lawyers and sheriffs and FBI agents and come and kill us and burn crosses to run us away. If we wasn't a threat, they don't fear no 1,000 Negroes running around acting a damn fool. They fear 1,000 educated brothers and sisters. And you put us basketball. Give me 5 brothers. You take these 5 white boys. Let's go. I know who I'm rolling with. You give me 11 cats on a football field that's brothers, and you got 11 of them dudes, I know who I'm rolling with. I know who I'm putting my money on. I'm going to roll the dice every time with my people. But we as a whole don't understand that Only thing we gotta do is rock with each other. That's all we gotta do, just rock with each other.
Yeah, but you shown that shiny apple at the beginning, and it's like, you know, this is the symbol of excellence. And then when you're denied it for so long, and then you know you've gone to your institution and you see the difference, and then you know when one person gets that chance to go, then another person gets that chance to go to another person, and then for those that don't get a chance, they seem to be left out. Even like you said, they're phenomenal people, but it's been a rift that's been already set, and society has set that rift. It's really not a real. It's arbitrary. It's not even real. It's just an imaginary line of excellence.
You keep freezing up on me in that country. In the country. But yeah, people, we got the juice. We the juice makers. we that. We that. We that, man. And we have to get back to self-love and self-respect, self-ownership. Self. We can run our own businesses. We can get our own people. We ain't got a shot with these Asians. We ain't got a shot with these Arabs. We ain't got a shot with these Caucasian people. We got our own people that got the juice. Hey, Dr. Greg, you still with me? We got their own juice.
Yeah, I'm still here. I was, as I said, I was multitasking. Good afternoon, good brothers. How you guys doing?
Man, everybody great right here, Doc.
All right, all right. I heard the good brother Bracey speak. He was dropping some serious knowledge. I was in between a couple of things and hearing what you all said, and I was trying to throw some comments in there here and there as I go along, just to add a little juice and stoke the fire a little bit in this conversation. But I think let's start with the question that you just asked. You asked that question. Why? I think there's a psychology behind that. I'm quite sure Brother Bracey, and you can understand this. Naeem Abra wrote a book of breaking the chains of psychological slavery. I think.
Hey, Doc.
I think yes.
Hey, Doc, is your mic cool? Or you too close to the mic or what? Cause
I don't even know. I'm on my Bluetooth. Is that better?
Say again.
Is that better, brother Robinson?
Yeah. You good.
Okay, I'm on this Bluetooth, man, and I'm not on my computer, so I'm on my phone. What I was saying was, you asked the question, why? Why can't we support each other? Why can't we do certain things? I think, we have to look at the history of slavery and breaking those psychological chains, the images of slavery that Naeem Akbar wrote about in his book years ago. It talks about certain things. It talks about certain dichotomies in which that we are a victim of due to our condition of a previous condition of servitude and the after effects of that. And also, just to answer your question, yes, we have absolutely every right and ability to do that. I sent you something privately in your inbox, and it talks about 39 times, Brother Robinson. That's 39 times when I was on my research, my dissertation on Black New Orleans, that I found that the Black dollar stayed in the community. It circulated 39 times before it left. For example, went to the Black baker, the Black butcher, the Black milkman, the Black hairdresser, the Black barber, the Black dentist, the Black doctor, the Black gynecologist. So the Black seamstress, the Black tailor, the cooks, the mechanics. That's about 12 or 13 right there. So when you look at the economic impact that the African American dollar had in America, I mean, and the mainstream majority, they want to get some of that money, man. They want to go to the Black community. They want to have it both ways. And like I said on my podcast yesterday, you heard what I said, Brother Robinson. White America cannot have it both ways. You cannot. You cannot treat these people like shit and then expect to get their money. Can't do it. It's not happening. Those days are over with. We are in the middle of a movement or a revolution. And now what we have to do is we have to get some tangible reparations back. Tearing down a Robert E. statue doesn't mean a damn thing to me if you're not giving me $100,000 to go put in my bank account. for all the money that's owed to me and my ancestors. Okay, tearing down something that there were people guard is nothing compared to the reparations that are needed in our communities. Equality, gentlemen, does not equal equity. I'm going to repeat that. Equality does not equal equity. And so most people think that equality is equity. It's absolutely not. You know, we had the doctors separate but equal. They were separate, but they were not equal. We had separate schools. Plessy versus Ferguson, 1892, 1896, confirmed separate but equal. Okay? Brown versus Board Education, excuse me, dismissed that. Okay, but things are still not equal. We have still unwavering disparities in healthcare, education, housing, banking, business, food, so forth and so on. So those are the things I just want to add while I'm going in and out there, Bird. I'm sorry I couldn't really get with you earlier. I was on another Zoom meeting, and I didn't want to. I want to hear what you had to say because I know you're gonna be dropping serious knowledge on there. But you own something here, man. You really own something here, brother. And whatever way I can support you, as Brother Jelani said, we all got to do this thing together. It takes a village, man. We can't do this by ourselves. It's gonna take a whole village of educated, non-educated people on the same mission to push this thing forward. And I'm down for it. Whatever y'all want to do, I'm down for it, brother. So just count me in, my brother. And I hope I added a little bit perspective to what you're talking about here, sir.
Hey, check this out, Dr. Gray. I want you. You know, I was on your Zoom yesterday. Can you explain to people the 4th of July Day?
the 4th of July. It's just what we talked about yesterday was as you know, we went deep with that, Brother Robinson. We talked about the 4th of July, what it meant to the American slaves in the words of Frederick Douglass. And Frederick Douglass went on to talk to the voters, the women voters of Rochester, and talked about, are you guys meaning to mock me? Because in 1852, his people were still slaves. And so they want black people to this very day to celebrate a holiday that does not recognize them and their accomplishments as a whole in this country. As I said before yesterday on my podcast, the social contract that America has with the African American has never been honored. And I said to you in the inbox that America has broken every treaty that is signed. Every treaty that is signed is broken. Believe it, every one of them is signed. And the one that was signed, and everyone has their social contract, a moral and political obligation to treat its citizens with decency, fairness, and respect that has never been garnered to the black American, to the black African, or the Catholic African, or to the African in America. As the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, the 14th Amendment guaranteed citizenship, and the 15th Amendment gave you the right to vote. To this day, as Brother Jelani touched upon, they're still dealing with issues of gerrymandering, redistricting, voter suppression, voter repression, all over the South. This is 2020. The 15th Amendment was ratified in 1870. And so when we talked about the 4th of July, I was basically saying that it was something. It's a holiday that I personally never celebrate. I personally never celebrate because there's some equity in America for us, for me, my wife, my sons. No equity because I understand where we are. That's why I have my Pan-African flag up to represent. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm going to die this way. I'm unapologetically black. And I make no quarrel about that. And I'm down for whatever it is to do to build upon our race, to make it stronger, to make it better. Like I said yesterday, Brother Robinson, we're working harder today for a better tomorrow. And we may not see that tomorrow. I'm cool with it. We may not see that tomorrow. But as long as my grandkids can see it and their kids can see it, I mean, my job is done then. I have no qualms with where I stand as an American in this country, as a black American in this country. But as we said, this means nothing to me. This holiday. It's nothing to me. It's just another day. It's not even another day. It's less than a day. It's a day filled with white American hypocrisy. what it is, white American hypocrisy. And like the brother Jelani said earlier, these people, they know exactly what they're doing. You know, we're going to talk about that next week on my show when we talk about the fire next time. We're going to speak about that, the innocence of the majority. The innocence of the majority. We're going to talk about that. You know, the innocence is what constitutes the crime. They're innocent, Brother Bert. They're saying they don't know. Oh, you exaggerate. You're mad. It's just right. Jelani said you're absolutely right. I take that same attitude. I think I said it before you got on the phone on the Zoom yesterday. I said being black and being American keeps you in a constant state of rage. I stay mad because of what's going on, because our people getting treated. And so that's why I'm trying to bring peace to my community by any means necessary. By any means necessary. And sometimes, Brother Bird, sometimes you got to go through go through a lot of hell just to get your little piece of heaven. And that's what we're doing right now. We're all working together to make this thing a reality for all of us, our children, our children's children, our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and so forth and so on. We are the difference makers right now, and it's up to us to push this thing through, to push this thing forward. So join me every Saturday for Dr. B's Saturday Showcase as we talk to you guys about race, class, inequality, things that happen to black community in America. So that's my little shameless plug there, Brother Robinson.
I appreciate it, man. What you say, bro, to what he said? Jelani, what's your thoughts?
Oh, all that, man. Like it's a continuous, perpetual cycle of the same thing, and that's why this country is gonna continue to be in hell, because we ain't going for it. We never have went for it. Never have. That's why there's constant turmoil. There's constant revolts. There's constant uprisings. There's constantly going to be trouble in this country because they don't want to let go of their heritage. Like they actually want to hold on to those memories, to that history, because it's all they got. America, the country, not this land. America was made for those 13 colonies, like 1776. America got their independence for those 13 colonies to live the life that they were living. Like, think about make America great again. When was America great? What made America great? And a lot of people say nothing or never. But I tend to disagree with that. Slavery made America great. America became the greatest nation on this world with economy, money, influence, and power because of slavery. They were able to get military might, they were able to get money, and they were able to get dominance because of slavery. So think about making America great again.
And he's showing that. He's pushing that. He's saying it every time he on that microphone. Made America 50 rich. That what Dr. G said.
Rich. Yeah. That's the greatness that they mean. The money, like, yeah, we made America great. Genocide and slavery made America great. The indigenous genocide of the people that was already living here, and the importation and enslavement of African people. That's what made America great. So these aren't even code words anymore.
No.
It's not even code words anymore. And with the and what's going on, like a lot more people are getting upset. Cause you know, it's a lot. It ain't these people that tearing down these statues are not black. Let's get that together. These aren't black people tearing down these statues. Like, we don't care about these statues and all this Mount Rushmore. Look, man, you need to change the system.
Right.
Tearing them down ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna make some people feel good that had to see those for a long time. They like, now I understand that. That, but you remember that movie Miss Jane Pittman?
I never seen it.
All right, so Miss Jane Pittman was like 100, I think, years old before she got to finally drink out of a white-only water fountain. Man, that happened back in I don't know what year, was it 50s, 60s, whatever it was. we still fighting them same battles Miss Jane Pittman was fighting. Now, no, you can drink wherever you want to drink, but hell, depending on where you live, Flint, Michigan, you might not even be able to drink the water.
You know how crazy that is, bro? What they going on, 4 years?
Water. Yes. No, 5. It was 2015, I believe. Flint, Michigan, still water jacked up. And you want to talk about America as the greatest country with the greatest people that ever lived? Where? Where? When? No. Like, no.
Hey, touch on this for a second. What's your thoughts of how, to me, people like a Ben Carson, Herman Cain, Stacey Dash, how
Candace Owens.
yeah, yeah. How are those humans? Go ahead. I know. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
How is it that? I mean, what do they see different, or do they feel that I need to jump on this side so I can, so I can ride this thing on out, and I ain't worried about, the Jelanis, the Bird, the Dr. Griggs, the blah, blah, blah. Hey, they can come on board, or, hey, what's your view of those type of people? I mean, what's up?
I can't speak from those people's point of view where they actually coming from, but I can speak to why America props them up and why white America specifically props them up as speakers for Black people, because that's the voice that they want to hear. That's the voice that white American culture is comfortable with hearing when they hear Black voices. They're comfortable with hearing everything is okay. Yeah, we got some bad things going, but no matter what, America's better than anything else. This land that was built by your forefathers, some of them say our forefathers. They claim, I don't know how they claim. Anyway, they claim those as their forefathers. So they have engulfed themselves in the entire American experience, and they have taken it on for themselves. But it's, in my opinion, they have taken it as a denial to who they actually are. And let me go back, because that might be who they are. They may not have any ties emotionally or physically to Africa. They may not have any ties emotionally or physical to the African diaspora, to the Africans that are spread throughout the world. They might not have an emotional or physical tie to those people and those struggles of those people. So that's why I say I can't really speak to their mindset, but I know America's mindset is one of, we are the greatest, we are the best. So anybody that speaks that, especially if they're Black, because if they're Black, they speak against the truth. So I don't really know what their motivation is. Like, I really think it has to be more than money. But I would hate to say that you just doing shit for money. Like, you can't. I really believe they believe the things they say. And I believe they believe the things they say because I believe the situation in their lives have led them to believe so. I believe they've been in situations to where they've been accepted, they've made it out, and they see themselves maybe as, they get a little proud of themselves, and they like, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Not, and when they say that, they don't put into perspective or into view or focus the not even the underlying, the overlapping and overlying uh improprieties that our communities deal with, like the systemic racism, the police brutality, the mass incarceration, the system of white supremacy that just relegates us to a certain level. Like, they're okay with saying protests need to be peaceful for violent actions. Like they're okay with saying that violence. They're okay with accepting violence, and it's just a part of it's become normal to them. Like that's the only way without trying to say what they're thinking. I actually think they feel this way. They have to feel this way because they speak with so much passion. Like they actually have like viewpoints. And when I hear other people or other races say these things, I be like, you know what? I can see their motivation. They want to pull up America, their culture, their forefathers, and they want to take it and always, stand up for that. I don't understand why these black people are doing that. And they don't ever say, like, life is different for me. They say, no, there's no such thing. Life is good for everybody. And then the ones that actually accept racism, they say, well, racism, it's going to be around forever. Why are you okay with a system that is set up for your downfall to be around forever? Because you made it out. Just because you make it out don't mean everybody can make it out. That's what people don't understand. It ain't set up like that. Life ain't set up like that. So think about if you put restrictions on life, how bad that's gonna be. Like life ain't set up for everybody to make it. Think about it. Life ain't set up for everybody to be rich or whatever. But now think about if you add on top of that bullshit that you gotta go through to even get decent. You're gonna knock off even more people that was supposed to make it. So yeah, they don't put those two things together, and it's like a mutually exclusive thing. Like, oh, since I made it, racism is over. Since I don't pick cotton, racism is over. Since I've never known a white person to own a slave, that doesn't matter anymore. The damn FBI building is called J. Edgar Hoover Building. It has been proven that COINTELPRO was one of the most unlawful programs ever created in the history of the American justice system. The damn FBI building is named after one of the most notorious, evil, racist bastards to ever walk this earth.
But they ain't talking about taking down that name.
No. See, that's why I said names and shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. The FBI building is named after J. Edgar Hoover.
Right.
I mean, come on, man.
Right.
This country has the Statue of Liberty in the most incarcerated country in the world. We the land of the free. Man, please.
You know another thing that was that shook my mind about, I think it's about a month now, when they had the rally and the march and the I guess they call it the protest in Starkville, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting here tripping. Why do y'all think you have to ask for permission to march, to rally, to protest down the streets of Starkville? Who has fooled you to think that the people in, I done been to plenty of them in Dallas. I know you probably done went to some. I done seen them around the world. Do these people actually think that these people are going to the leaders, the mayors, the whomever, and asking them, can I walk down Ecker in Dallas? Can I go down, can I come out Simmons and, hit Main Street? Can I was blown out. My mind had almost locked up, bro. Like, what the hell are y'all thinking?
It kind of defeats the purpose of the protest if you gotta let them know when you're coming. I mean,
then, bro, check this out. On top of you asking these people for permission to walk down the street that your tax money pay to be clean, and pay to have cameras on, and pay to do everything else for, you incorporate, you make sure they are part of something that you're trying to get away from these people. Then you let Mississippi State turn it into a prop for their athletic department. I mean, to set up the game was the game that they ran. I seen it coming. It was so like, I can't believe you Negroes ain't see this.
What they do with the athletic department?
So they had at the beginning of, we met right there, where the courthouse on Main Street. So we was going down Main Street, crossing
to the
bridge.
state.
Yeah, to state.
Yeah, okay.
So it was like a section of the people that Pastor Lee, he was praying, he was doing the prayer. There was a section of us waiting to go with the march. But there was another group already ahead of us. Somebody was playing instruments and this and that. But most of the athletic students was in front of everybody else. They was in front of everybody else. So then when you come back the next day and see the footage of the protest, Mississippi State Athletics, they got their drone was out there. So they getting the shots of the coaches, the players, and blah, 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 and as if they was a part of the oh boy. Sometimes I have to laugh because I'm trying to stop cussing. So they put it as if, bro, they was part of the movement of our people to what was going on, like they cared. I mean, it was beautifully done. It was, to me, they played them so well. So I'm saying to them all week, like, bro, you don't need permission to walk down Main Street. You don't need permission to do anything. Mississippi State has never, ever shown the community of Starkville, the West Side, the North Side, the Rock Hill, none of that, no type of love. You don't see them going and having no camps on the West Side.
Yeah.
Tell me what family on the West Side, the North Side, Brooksville Garden, Reed Road, Blackjack, Silsom. Tell me how many families can afford to pay $350 for one kid, and most families, households got multiple kids, to go to a one-day camp for $350 at Mississippi State. They ain't did nothing. They don't come and hold camps at the West Side Park.
Right.
They don't come and, they not doing none of this stuff. So how do you think in your mind with your planning of an event that you need to make sure these folks is a part of what the hell is going on? It's a prop. It's a photo op. It's for promotion to get more black students to Mississippi State. You can't fool me when you hire Mike Leach. Mike Leach told me everything what you stood for. When you pull that trigger and hire Mike Leach, that told me everything. When you don't bring back former athletes that have brought millions of dollars to your campus, and you don't give them high-ranking positions within the athletic department, African Americans, you tell me what you're about. So what my thing was like, how in the world do y'all come and let these people, what the president of Mississippi State need to talk for? Why does he need to talk? What is his importance into, like you say, the correct this injustice system, to correct the roadblocks that go around in Mrs. Starkville, correct the coronavirus has damn near took over the county jail. They're not doing anything, bro. So I didn't understand why they even was there. I don't understand why we didn't address the injustice that's been going on for years in Starkville. Man, when last time you been to the high school?
Oh, it's been a minute since I've been to the high school.
I want you to put.
It's been a minute.
I want you to put 2,000 people inside your home right now, and you try to move around.
The high school is small?
The high school what?
It got smaller?
No, I got more people.
How many we had? About 1,000?
There were more high at now. All them students up there. All the county students in there now.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't expand. Not really.
I want you to put 2,000 people in your house and you move around.
Gonna be kind of different.
You know Sean McDonald, who was what he taught when we was in school.
Shit, I can't remember.
Right. But anyway, he used to be the principal, but But anyway, but that's what I'm saying, that our people are facing, that we have to be smarter than letting these people just continue to play us and still just smile in your face. Like, bro.
I think it's a thing that a lot of us want to make people feel comfortable, and at that expense, we make ourselves uncomfortable. And you just have to come to a point where you're not going to do that, and you're not going to care about anybody else's feelings but just your own. When it comes to that, and when it comes to who you are as a person, you really can't just be worried about nobody, especially if they want you to lessen who you are. Like, when they do that, it's everything else is out the window. Like, I don't really care how you feel about what I say. I don't.
Right.
Like, we have to have that unapologetic. Like, when we say unapologetically black, it really means like, hey man, this is what it is.
So, bro, this is what I'm saying. All these protests around the world started, it came again after George Floyd, right?
Yeah.
Most times you hear people talking, they're talking about the injustice towards us.
In this country, yes, they are.
How the hell the president, how the hell the mayor, how are these people who never experienced what we going through, how can they talk to us about what the hell we need to do in our community?
Because it's always been a sense of superiority with white people over black people.
But why are you bringing?
Go ahead.
Why are you asking these people to be a part of something that we need to get changed? And they've been part of the damn problem to get us in this situation.
Oh, because you conditioned to go to figures of authority. Like people actually think I ain't one of these people. They think titles mean something. They think because you president of this or CEO or that, or man, that means something. Look, man, the same person as this is the same person as that. I don't care what you is, man. First, you're going to be William Robinson.
Right.
First, I'm going to be Jelani Grayson.
Right.
Then you put behind me what I am.
Right.
That don't come first.
Right.
You deal with the person first. Because ain't no telling how long I'm going to have this title.
Right.
I'll always be Jelani.
Exactly.
You're going to always be Bert. Always.
Exactly.
So that's who I deal with. I'm going to deal with you. I don't care who you is.
You still always going to be my partner from Holly Street. You still going to always be my partner from Holly Street. Period.
Yeah.
It don't matter what. I never got there, bro. I was in a situation, man, about 2 months ago. Never knew this person. What you do for a living? What? I said, I'm a pimp. I got prostitutes. Because people, the reason I say that, bro, people try to use, like you said, your title.
Yeah, they do.
How you gonna distribute your respect to me?
Try to measure you up.
Nah, we ain't gonna play that, partner.
Yeah.
I'm just a pimp. I got prostitutes.
They ain't know what to say to you, did they?
Right. You know, so I'm gonna let you understand and fall back off me like that, because that ain't that type of party. But we need to stop, as black people, we need to stop judging people off titles. Because I have went and got an education, or I have fooled the interviewer of what I could bring to this company. That don't mean I'm dealing with any type of morals or values or dignity that's in line with anything that I believe in.
So you're essentially saying, man. Like I said, we're built on statuses in this country. Like and it's crazy. The shit that they left England and Europe for is the shit they brought over here. Like the classism.
Why they always telling us to go back where we from, and they don't understand that y'all wasn't here first.
Don't have a place to go. Because Europe ain't even a place for them. Like they don't even, if you really think about like the origin, they don't, that's a whole nother conversation, but they don't even have a place to go. There is no origin for that man that came from Europe. Like seriously, there really is no origin for them. The Caucasus Mountains. Like that's some real shit. Like that's where they're from. They were uncivilized people. They just were. They were very uncivilized. They were taught to bathe. They were taught to cook. You know, they used to live in close proximity with animals. They used to catch diseases like that. Like they used to stay in little, 4x4, 5x5 houses or little box. I mean, not boxes, but little rooms. But they had their pets and animals, that were with them, and they got diseases and died like that. Like, yeah, man, yeah, very uncivilized people, man. And from where Europe is, they import almost, I think it's like 70% of their goods, because the way stuff is in Europe, like there's nothing of value to grow there. Like you can't grow stuff there. Even back in the day, like just a historic lesson, the Silk Road, it was like a 4,000-mile road from Europe to China, where they used to go because they was fascinated by the Chinese silk and all they herbs, spice, and all that stuff they had over there. Well, the Chinese didn't want nothing Europe had, so Europe had to come with silver. They had to pay, so they used the metals to make shit over there in China, because they looked at Europe and didn't want anything. There was nothing that they desired. It was like, no, so it got more expensive for Europe because they had to produce money. So that's why they had to try to find another route around, but they ended up finding what they call the New World. And who was it new to? New to them? There's people all the way over there. But when they saw what was over there, all the resources and everything, started stealing, started colonizing. And then there's
still doing it to this day.
Yeah, and they were at an advantage. If you can see, like I know a lot of people ask, like, how did that happen? Well, the advantage Europe has nautically, like they were great sailors. They learned to sail them seas, so they had an advantage straight to America, well, straight to North America. So when they came, they just got all the coastal areas, and then they moved within. But they was the closest ones over there. Like I guess China could have came from the other side, but they wasn't tripping like that. Like they didn't do that. So yeah.
Europe was doing it. They knew their power.
I guess when nobody else looking for nothing, Europe was always looking for stuff. Because they had shit. They was looking for new lands to conquer and new resources because Europe had nothing. Now you go over to Europe and Paris and all that, and Paris isn't Europe. You go to Europe and all that and see all these architecture and all this these glorious monuments and signs and all that, that came from stolen shit. Like they stole and raped resources and pillaged shit to make that happen.
Right.
It's not nothing they created, they stole it. But you know, oldest saying, one of the oldest sayings in the book, the victor tells the story, tells to the victor goes the spoils. So history is told by the winners. But as long as you know the truth, the lies are gonna be exposed. And now we got the internet and these high speeds like we never seen before, and every year they get faster. Information is at your fingertips. You can't tell no bullshit now. Say you get fact checked in real time, but hold on, you said what? No, that ain't it. No, like, no. Yeah. And I think that's where the anger is coming from. And that's why you gotta have these lies in the media, because you gotta keep telling how great we are, how wonderful, how it is. Because somebody can just do a simple Google search and like, wonderful. What? This don't sound like wonderful.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I think a lot of these youngsters are in these streets, and a lot of it's a lot, and it's a lot of white people out here. It's a lot of white youngsters out here. And I think what has happened is they've been told these lies and they hear this shit and they like, no, this is not what we, and they love their country. Like they actually are patriots. They love their country. And they probably are tired of being seen as villains. So they can see that, okay, let's take this down, let's rename this, let's do that, because this is a bad part of our history. Like, yeah, that's for their history. You know what I'm saying? Like, our history is cemented. Like black people, we silent. You know what I'm saying? We know what our history is. We know the trial and tribulation. We know our greatness. Like, we don't have nothing where we sitting there like we relegated a whole group of people and just kept them and instituted all kind of forms of oppression on them to this day. We don't have that. That's not a part of our history. So there's nothing for us. They want to protect that so bad, to the fact that they're willing to ignore the atrocities that they perpetrated, because they need something to hold on as a value. Because like I said, this country, if they don't have this, they have nothing. Think about it. We got Africa. The indigenous people have this land regardless. Everybody knows it's they shit. Everybody. Where does the colonial European go? The ones that still ascribe, they can't go back to Europe. That's not their spot. Where does the colonial person go? You have no place. You're a nomad. So they need this place to be it, no matter how bad it is. And I need you black people to get on board too. I need y'all to leave that slavery thing alone. I need y'all to get over all this racism, because I need a country for myself. Because without America, they have nothing. Like, we have roots. We can always, hey, we may not know where in Africa, but we know we over there. Where they gonna go? The colonial European history started here and stops. So this is it. 244 years. This is all they have. So they will fight to the death to literally to keep it. You ain't take no Mount Rushmore down, all these I take all these monuments down. This is my history, it's my heritage. This is who I am. Right. Christopher Columbus, he man over an Italian murderer. He ain't, but it's that European, and it's that. He's European.
They done took all our history out of the history book. I mean, the little bit that we had, I want to say all, the little bit that they put in there, it's so crazy, man. They done.
Yeah, these books over here for our school, they basically start with African American history. They don't start with Black history or African history. You remember they used to, I don't know about you, but they used to teach Egypt like it was a whole nother place. Like Egypt wasn't even in Africa. That's how they acted. Like the ancient Egyptians, yeah, the ancient Africans, That's what you mean? The people that made the pyramid, like they acted like Egypt was not in Africa. It was portrayed like Egypt was not in Africa. It was, but you can see it clearly is in Africa. But you know, the Egyptians were like the mystical people. Like they were the ones that were just so talked about. When Africa had so many kingdoms from Nubia, Zulu, the Shanti, man, we had so much going on in the whole continent. But they only chose to pick, you know, what they felt was like the coup de grace because they couldn't understand that shit. And to this day, they can't understand how brothers and sisters put that shit together symmetrically. Like they can't understand how it's lined up with the constellations. Because back in the day, they don't understand how that math was used. That's why they had to say that aliens came down and did it. Man, do you realize how crazy that is? That you don't even want to give black people no credit. That you say somebody from outer space came and did something? That's crazy as hell, man. It's like, no, man. Who did that? It's over where? Oh, man, some aliens came through and did that. I know ain't no black, no African, wait. Ain't no Africans did that. Man, some aliens came from outer space. Brother, outer space. Not even a human being. Oh, my God.
So, bro,
Go ahead.
how we move forward, man, as black people, how we move forward? How do we, you know, we grew up in Starkville. I know we talked earlier, you know, you don't know a lot that's going on, but just for your overall vision, how do we move forward?
I believe every intention, I believe every organization, every intention needs to be geared to the uplift and the overall liberation of all black people. That needs to be the number one goal. That needs to be the collective agenda. Don't worry about religion. Don't worry about sexual orientation. Don't worry about gender. None of that. Do you see the ills in the black community? If that's a yes, do you want to be a part of helping that? And if that's a yes, let's come to the table. Then we can talk about how to do it later. But we got to get a first consensus of what's going on. You have to realize there is something going on. You have to realize you want to be a part of the solution and not the problem. Talking about it is only going to do so much. We've talked about it now. Now let's put the foot to the work, the foot to the streets. Like start a community group. It could be anything. It could be a book club. Go into the community. What you want to see stopped, go stop it. If you want to see your community cleaned up, start a community cleanup drive. It don't take nothing to get some gloves, some brooms, some trash bags. Let's get out there. Let's get it, man. Like start something. Like keep these kids engaged. The kids are the people that we need to be reaching out to. We gotta keep them engaged. But you got to get in there and talk to them and see what they want. Don't come on in with this elitist attitude like, I know what's good for our community. No. Even if you black and live in that community, ask the community, hey man, what y'all want to see, what we need to see. Work with each other. Don't go in there and thinking that you know it because you done read some books and saw some documentaries. Talk to these people, man. Talk to the people. People know what they want, know what they need. Talk to the people and be in there. Like I said, when we was in there with books, we go in there with one thing. Somebody tells, hey man, can y'all help out with this? We want to do we want y'all to have like a blood drive or help us out with that. We want y'all to help us out in this community organization. We want to help us out with this community drive. It's like once you show up, like we had the intention to get our books. Oh, now you want us to speak to some young men about something. Of course, what I'm gonna say? Nah, man, all we do is give out books. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna take them by. Hey, I got these two little boys that may need some. Hey, I got this little girl that may need you to talk to. Man, I really love the image that y'all are showing of black men doing things. Would you mind talking to my little nephew about that? What I'm gonna say? All we do is give out books, man. We don't really give out speeches. Come on, man. It's up to us. What the community wants, what the community needs, provide it. And don't be so high and mighty that you think you know everything. Listen, people to tell you what they want, That's America's problem. They're too high and mighty. They're telling us what we need. No, America, we told you what we want. End mass incarceration, end police brutality, end white supremacy, end systematic racism. That shit ain't that hard. Stop. That's all we want.
Right.
So that's what we need to do. Get in there, listen, and do. And it's up to us. Don't worry about nobody else, and don't let nobody else tell you what needs to be done. The people that tell you what needs to be done, they there. Be there for them.
Bro, you so right about that. I agree with you 1,000%. Yesterday I was riding, and yesterday was Saturday. Friday, I got an inbox. Somebody told me to call them. So I didn't get around to call them till yesterday. She said, I like what you're doing. I like how you're trying to help us, but you really don't really know what's going on in the community like that. I said, I respect that. I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, and I never want to come off as if I was a know-it-all in Starkville. And she broke down from top to bottom what the problems are. And one thing that really bothered me a lot is she said, you have these black leaders that come around here when it's time for an election, they get our votes, we put them in position, we never see them again until it's another election time. And you know, that's the thing that we have to quit doing as black people. Stop thinking that it's okay for it's okay to go out and get the black people vote, but it's not okay to come back and make sure that the black community is taken care of. We can't get mad at the white man for so-called pimping us, and you doing the same thing. You pimping us too. But it shouldn't be that way, because you come from the same neighborhood that you're supposed to represent up there in your position that you hold. So how does the community trust you if you done showed them you ain't been nothing but a liar? Now I'm just paraphrasing the conversation of somebody who's actually lived there, going through it, experiencing on a day-to-day basis. That you don't come around until it's time to get our vote. You don't do nothing for the community. It has been a repetitive cycle that's continuing to go on. Those people are tired. But who do they turn to? They don't know who the next leader is. Or they don't even know if a leader actually exists that they can count on. So what do you think about the repairing the image that we have amongst each other? What do we need to do to repair the image within our own black communities as a black person?
First of all, I truly believe you need to learn your history and learn who you are. And the reason why I say that is because if you learn who you are and you learn about your history and just about everything, then you know that you are be respected. That's first and foremost. Then you will learn that you need to respect your fellow brother and sister. And I ain't just saying just respect off the top, because you know respect is earned, not just freely given. So when I say respect, I mean that person is worthy of that. Then that's what you give. You give respect and you get respect and you demand respect. That's the only way we can repair our community, is through respect for each other. Like respect for each other's space, respect for each other's ideas, respect for each other's ability to live and to make it. Like that's the only way. Respect out the door when it became a dog eat dog world. Like I got to get mine. We got to get that mentality out. Like, I got to get mine, because it's enough for everybody. It is enough for everybody. Even though the way the system is set up, is that everybody won't make it. There's enough if there's not enough selfishness in our communities. Like, and we have to preach that. We have to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that have left and have made out, we gotta go in there and show that and show that love that we're talking about, show that affection, show that greatness that we want them to see. Because they wake up and see the same things, the same, people on top of each other, people struggling and striving just to make it. Like it's gonna be that dog eat dog world, and it's gonna continue to be the same. We got to show them that it's another way out. We got to show them just because we made it out, we don't look past or back at you as a certain kind of way. No, we was here, we was there, we understand this, and it's a better way. You can make it better for you and your people right here, right now. Like that's how you repair. You repair with respect and love. Like, and I'm really serious. Like when you see a brother or you see a sister, see that as your brother and sister. Don't see that as the next man trying to come up on you, or you don't see that as the next woman you trying to get down on. You know what I'm saying? See that as your brother and sister. But that's a mental thing. Like I told you, it starts up here. You got to change how you see yourself before you see anybody else some kind of way. Got to, man. You got to. And then once you see yourself as a king or a queen, and you treat yourself as that way, you ain't gonna have no choice but to treat everybody else that way. Because you ain't gonna be for no bullshit. So it's up here. And we just gotta teach ourselves who we are. Like we're not a subservient people. That is not where we come from. Like this is not who we are. The ghettos, the slums, the poverty is not who we are. That where we may be now, but that's not who we are. And that's what needs to be taught. That's what needs to be preached, and that's what needs to be just pushed in our communities and with our kids, man. I worked in at a Title I school in the hood in Memphis, and kids come to school what they had, and the neighborhood was what the neighborhood was, but those kids, we came there every day to give them kids hope. All us teachers was there. We gave them kids hope, man. Like we worked with them kids. We made allowances for them. Like we wanted them to succeed. And yeah, you got your assholes you're gonna have to deal with that's gonna get suspended and gonna get in trouble. That's it. But that wasn't the majority of them kids. The majority of them kids was great, man. And they was just one step away from getting caught up because they seeing what they seeing every day. It's easy. But then Mr. Bracy or Coach this or Coach that is there. Like you got to show them another way. You come to school, they see you 8 hours a day. What they see in you? Do they want to be like you? Do they want to hang out with you? Like that's what you need to. I don't know. That's how I was as a teacher. Like I came through. I didn't. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Some teachers. I taught middle school, and some teachers came through. Dressed up in suits and looking all nice. I came through looking like them, really. Like I had khakis, like they had, but I had mine tucked in with the school shirt that we bought, and I may have some Jordans or some kind of tennis shoe to throw off because I wanted to make them. I was a coach too, so I was that was normal for me. But I had a different relationship with them kids. Like first of all, I didn't feel comfortable coming to school in a shirt and tie. Some people, yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt comfortable in a little polo and some jeans or some khakis to wear to work. That's what I felt comfortable in. And I vibe with the kids like then I reached them on another level that somebody probably that was dressed a certain other way or treated or acted a certain way couldn't have. And that was my thing. Like I think, and I ain't say you meet people on their level, but able to go there, you got to have a range. Like if I'm up here and I'm trying to bring you up here, I may have to come down here to bring you up here. I'm just not gonna ever leave where I'm at. But I'll come down here to get you. I never left. I'm just down here to get you, to bring you up here. And I'm still there. I'm still there. But like I said, I just had a vibe, and I think with the community that you're in, like that young lady told you, we need to get a vibe with the community before we like probably try to speak on or say something we're gonna do for it. Like, see what's going on. See what's with it. See, like she told you, hey, this was really going on. Only come around here when they try and get some votes and they spilling all this and all that. But where was you at when we was needing this and that then? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you at now? That's all. Like, we just need so to answer your question, I'm sorry I got on a little tangent, but to answer your question, how to repair that is through respect. Like, don't just come around when you need us. It's like a parent. Don't be that parent that just comes around when I need a whooping. Be a parent. Be a guide. Be steady. That's what we gotta do. Be steady. Be steady with your word. Don't just come on when you think it's the time and it's voting time, it's voting season. I need these votes. Hey, now's the time to come get the black vote. No, be steady, man. Cause we need you when your vote gone. We need you then too. You represent us. Just like a parent. Your child needs you when they in trouble. They need you all the time. So just be steady, be respectful, and be real, man. Just be real. That's the way we gonna ever change that. And there gonna be some agents from the other side. Everybody you color ain't your kind. So it ain't just because they black, you just gonna automatically get it. Nah. Let's see what's up. We're gonna vet you like everybody else. That's it. The black vote is not free, not even the black people. It's not free. You have to come with it. We need something.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
I'm with you, bro. Hey man, we done had a great conversation, man. I appreciate your time, your love. We're gonna get together and we go finally meet up. We're gonna chop it up some more. We know where each other at.
Hey, what's your schedule look like this week?
Through the
What
week,
you look like this week?
the weekend always free for me.
Okay, because I'm off next Friday, like for sure. I was off this Friday too, but I had a lot of running around to do. I'm off this next Friday. My birthday Thursday. I know we on Corona and everything, but I got a mask.
All right, I'll hit you up, man. Appreciate the love, dog.
I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate what you do for the community, man. Holler at me anytime. I'm with it.
All right, thank you, man.
For sure, brother. Holler
Peace.
at you. Peace.